Welcome to this episode of YouTube where the evening surveillance footage picked up a little scuffle over a deer leg. That was Grizzer carrying it and Denali coming to do a hip slam. And Grizzer holds his own there, but you can see Denali's tail wag. This is, again, not as much a confrontational issue as it would be, say, with the younger wolves. He's still pretty tolerant of Grizzer and doesn't show as much dominance. We always make sure we have plenty of deer legs in there so that each one of them can have their food resources. And Grizzer actually has morning meals to have his regular diet if we feel like he's not getting able to compete. But the point that I want to make here is, even though there was a little bit of strife in that earlier clip, you know, they're back running around, you know, the next day, and they don't hold grudges. They don't, you know, they live in the moment, and that moment is pretty exciting for these old guys, especially since it's starting to warm up. We're in the 30s and 40s right now, so really a time when the wolves are getting pretty excited about the spring weather. And I'm just impressed with Grizzer's mobility to climb up on that den. You know, again, he's going to be 17 on May 5th. Denali is going to be 13 on April 27th. That's a great movement for both of them, and it's been a really good relationship for him. Also wanted to point out what the Arctics see when Denali's up on top of that den. You can see him over the fence there. So the fence is only 6 foot high, and they can observe each other through that area of the enclosure. And we've been working a little bit with Grayson. You might, if you watch the Explore.org camera, you might hear him howling quite a bit. Definitely very, very timid. Axel still continues to dominate the relationship between the two of them. Adding pups, we are going forward with a plan, just signing the agreement with the Wildlife Science Center for pup acquisition. And we do know that that's going to provide certainly distractions and certainly less focus for Grayson, and I think it's really going to be good for Grayson to be able to add to this pack. It is, as I said, customary for these pair of brothers to end up with you know, a little bit, one being a little bit more dominant. There's Axel doing a RLU, showing raised like urination, showing his status. But again, the same thing as we saw with Denali and Grizzer. After that moment's over, they're back into a social pack hierarchy. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.